is going to be my empties video. I think this is like my 4th or 5th. I need you guys to let me know if I do these too often because I feel like I do them really often, like more often than most people do it. Do I just go through stuff really often? Let me know if you want me to space these out a little bit more because I feel like I do them a little bit too much. I just like to do them when this bag gets full. So the first thing I went through were these simple cleansing facial wipes. I love these. These are phenomenal. I put them in my favorites video for the month of January. These are fantastic. I love the way that they're like folded because you can grab one and you only get one. It doesn't come out with like 4 at once. That's honestly my favorite thing about these, but I mean, I also like the way they remove my makeup. I use them to remove swatches and to clean off my vanity and things like that. I'm definitely going to be repurchasing these immediately. I went through a mouthwash. This is the Act Anti-Cavity Fluoride mouthwash. My husband and I both use this religiously because when I'm using so much like whitening products on my teeth, I really want to take care of my teeth. I want them to stay somewhat strong. I do repurchase this time and time again. This is my favorite one. I went through a primer. This is the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. I would definitely repurchase this. I think once I run out of my other pore filling primers that are more high-end, I'll probably repurchase this one just because it's so inexpensive and it gets the job done. I think it's time to call these lashes kaput. These are the Kiss Lash Couture Faux Mink collection. These are the style Noir. When I saw these at the store, I immediately bought 3 pairs. I love these. They're so beautiful. They're very dramatic, but wispy and feathery at the same time. Love them. This mascara is like almost done. It's not like all the way done yet, but I just added this to this bag because I love the wand on this mascara. It's so thin. I used it today with my L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara on my bottom lashes as well as the top of my upper lashes. I just like that the wand is so skinny and maneuverable. I'm not crazy about the formula. It's not a bad formula by any means, but I do prefer the formula of the Lash Paradise. So I'm holding onto the wand, but I'm throwing away the tube itself. I went through a body scrub. This was phenomenal. The Tree Hut Shea Sugar Scrub. This was the coconut lime scent. I will absolutely repurchase this. I think they have this at Ulta, and I want to get the Brazilian nut scent next. This one was very summery, coconutty for, you know, this time of year. I'm a little bit more like in the winter mood, just a little bit. So I want to get the Brazilian nut one because I've heard that it smells like coffee, and I love coffee. This moisturizes and exfoliates so stinking well. Just make sure you like rinse out your tub when you're done using this because it will leave the bottom of your tub like a little bit slippery, like a little bit gross, and you don't want to slip and fall. You guys, I'm so sad that I went through this perfume. The story of this perfume is basically I first heard of this perfume from Kathleen Lights. I had never heard of it before, and she's mentioned it on several different occasions, but the last time I was at home visiting my family, I went to TJ Maxx with my mom and I just so happened upon this perfume. I wasn't in the market for it. I had never smelled it before. I just happened upon it and I was like, oh my gosh, Kathleen Lights loves that. I have to get this because this full retail price, this size, it's the 1.7 ounces. I think it's like 45 bucks for this size and I found it at TJ Maxx for $12. So I bought it without even smelling it and I love it. I feel like it kind of took me a second to like get used to it a little bit because it's very sweet, but it has this like womanly, sophisticated undertone to it. And every time I would wear this, I would walk into a room and this one time one lady was like, I smell vanilla. Like she was very like smacked in the face with it. So you don't need to be very heavy-handed with this. But this has easily become one of my all-time favorite perfumes. I love it, and every time I smell it now, it reminds me of that trip when I went home to visit my family. I went through some body washes. I'm always talking in my empties videos about how I'm not very picky when it comes to body washes. I just kind of buy whatever's cheapest, whatever's on sale. And that's still true, but I have definitely grown a little bit fonder of the Caress Tahitian Renewal. It's like an exfoliating body wash. As you can see, I've gone through 2 and I have another one that I'm using in my shower right now. I just think I like this one the best. I can still smell this on my skin after I get out of the shower, which I love. And like I said, it's an exfoliating body wash, so it leaves me feeling nice and smooth as well as clean and smelling good. So I do really like this one. I went through 2 of the L'Oreal Micellar Cleansing Waters. I believe I spoke about these in my November favorites and also my yearly favorites. Don't quote me on that, but as soon as I tried this stuff, I like fell in love with it. I went through these two. I have one that I'm currently using in my bathroom, and then I also have like a backup after that. I never want to run out of this stuff. It's my absolute favorite way to take off my makeup now. This just feels so refreshing, and it's a micellar water, and it literally feels like you're just like washing your face with water. Oh, another makeup remover. I went through the oil-free eye makeup remover by Up and Up. It's like the Target brand. This was like a stocking stuffer or something like years ago from my mom, and I finally went through it. It's like the mini size, so I just kept it here in my vanity. I just hit myself in the face. Yeah, that took me a minute. Cleanser. I went through the Burt's Bees cleansing oils with coconut and argan oils for normal to dry skin. I did like this. I would repurchase this. I just bought it because it was the one that was on sale on Ulta, and I was in the market for a cleansing oil because my skin has just been really dry recently. And so I wanted to try out a cleansing oil that wasn't gonna break the bank. And this one's good. It's got kind of like a weird scent. It's got the typical Burt's Bees scent. You guys know what I'm talking about? I feel like Burt's Bees has a very specific natural sort of a fragrance, which is like a good and a bad thing. It wasn't overpowering to me, but I mean, it wasn't all that pleasant either. I did really enjoy this. It didn't make my skin feel, you know, tight and dry and cleansed like typical cleansers do. I felt nice and hydrated, but again, I'd rather wash my face with this. More cleansers. I guess we're just gonna talk about some skin stuff here for a while. Oh, there's like still more in here. But this is the Body Shop Tea Tree Skin Clearing Foaming Cleanser. I do like this a lot, and I have repurchased it more than once. I just don't reach for this much anymore because, like I said, I just don't reach for this as much anymore because, like I said, my skin is on the drier end of things, and tea tree oil typically is pretty drying. So again, I prefer to use my micellar water or like a cleansing oil, something that's a little bit more hydrating. I went through the most expensive exfoliator I've ever touched in my entire life. I got this at a BoxyCharm, so I did not spend full price on this. It's the Dr. Brandt Microdermabrasion Age Defying Exfoliator. This was really good. I really like the scent of it. The scent reminds me of something from my childhood that I haven't been able to put my finger on since I got this months ago, and it drives me nuts. I don't like the packaging because it would like get moisture in here and then get kind of like moldy and gross. I don't know. I don't like this one. I think I prefer the blue one that's also by the same brand. This was really good, but I wouldn't repurchase it because I don't like to spend that kind of money on exfoliators. I'm not someone who exfoliates that often, so I wouldn't drop like $70 or whatever this is on an exfoliator. I went through the Purity Made Simple one-step facial cleanser. This is the cleanser that I've used most of my makeup wearing life. It's the cleanser my mom would buy and just keep in our shower, so I would just use it. This stuff is really good. I really like it. It's supposed to be like a one-step cleanser, so you're supposed to be able to like remove your makeup with this and cleanse your face with this, which I don't love doing. I prefer to remove my makeup before I cleanse or just use my micellar water to do everything. But this isn't bad. I would repurchase it if I missed it, just because I've been using it for so long that I feel like if I just completely stopped, I might start to miss it, and in that case, I would repurchase it. Let's talk about some dry shampoo. I went through my beloved Batiste dry shampoo. It's the Floral and Flirty Blush. This is my favorite dry shampoo. Not necessarily the scent, but the Batiste dry shampoo is my favorite. And I also went through a Not Your Mother's Clean Freak Refreshing Dry Shampoo. I use this one when this one is out of stock, and this one has been out of stock a lot recently. What else is in here? I went through some sponges. I went through a little duo of my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion sponges. These are my favorite. I use these and pretty much only these. I think they do such a great job that spending 20 bucks on a sponge for the Beauty Blender just doesn't make sense to me. I also used this, I think, once, and this sponge is so crappy that I used it once because I had nothing else to use. It's by Pure, and I got it in like a trio in a BoxyCharm. I like the shape of it, but it's just like, it doesn't apply your foundation well. It's too hard, it's not squishy. Nah, I wouldn't purchase this. Okay, we gotta talk about this lotion. You guys, I just found this little sample. I'm currently in the process of like decluttering, organizing my entire life, and I found my little box, I found my big box of samples, skincare samples, makeup samples, all these different samples, and I found this. I had no idea I had this. It's the, I don't know how to say this, I can't speak this beautiful language. It's like Sol de Janeiro. Sol de Janeiro. Sol de Janeiro. Please, okay. I tried. It's their Brazilian Bum Bum Cream? Boom Boom Cream? I'm not sure how you're supposed to say it. But I have heard people rave about this, and I was like, it's a freaking lotion. How amazing could it be? I'm not someone who loves body lotion in the first place, But oh my gosh, this smells better than I thought it would, first of all. Second of all, this absorbs so quickly, which is the one and only reason that I hate lotion. I hate feeling like slick and slippery and like every little itty bitty dog hair is gonna stick to my body and I can't get in my bed, I can't touch anything. I hate that feeling. I don't get that feeling with this. I only used it once because it's like a sample size and I didn't need the whole sample size, like for my entire body, but it like felt so good and it smelled so good that I just like literally just used it all on my whole body. This is phenomenal. Someday, if someone gives me like a Sephora gift card or something, I will definitely purchase this because it just, oh my gosh. I don't want this to scare you, but there's like a slight shimmer to it, but it's very sparse. It's not like you put it on your arm and then your entire arm is like glittery. It's very, very sparse. But I feel like today with like this top, I would just like slather it all over my shoulders and then I would get this like little subtle sort of shimmer, but also look moisturized, but also be smooth. I went through 2 of the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Natural Finish Setting Sprays. I recently did a video all about my Holy Grail face base sort of combo, where this was one of the products I spoke about. I think that this works really well with the L'Oreal Pro Glow Foundation, which is set with the RCA Mano Color Powder, and then set with this. I love that combo. That's what's on my face today. I absolutely love this stuff because it's cheap and it does the job. It gets the job done. Speaking of which, I went through one of the RCA Mano Color Powders. It takes me a while. Actually, it takes me less time than typical people to get through one of these powders, but it still takes me a minute. It comes with 3 ounces in this little oregano bottle, and it's like $12. You literally cannot beat this. This is the best product and the best bang for your buck that you're gonna find. I've heard this work for people with dry skin, with oily skin. I used to have really oily skin and I still loved this. Let's talk about some face base products type of stuff. I went through a Revlon Color Stay for normal to dry skin. This is in the shade 110. I prefer the shade 120 now. They came out with like a new shade 120. 130. As you can see, it's not that different, but it does work for my skin tone a little bit better. I didn't really entirely go through this, but I haven't used it in so long that I'm just gonna get rid of it. It's the Maybelline Dream Velvet Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation in the shade Warm Porcelain. This, I believe, was the lightest shade at the time. They may have like expanded the shade range or something. I'm not really sure, but this is way too freaking dark for me. And I don't know, I just have other foundations that I like better, so I don't think I would repurchase this. Another one that's not completely gone, but I gotta get rid of it because it's old and so not my shade. The L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. This is one of my previous like Holy Grail foundations. It's in the shade 103, which is the 3rd lightest shade, but it's still way too dark for me. This is definitely like when I have a fresh self-tan on, I can maybe pull this shade off, but other than that, it's just way too stinking dark for me. Is this my first ever Tarte shade tape? Because I thought I already spoke about a shade tape once. Have I gone through 2 shade tapes? No. I feel like I already spoke about shade tape in an Empties video before. So I don't know if I'm just like having that much trouble letting this go or what, but I've actually been done with this baby for a while. I've just been in denial that it's like completely empty because this stuff is expensive, it is. But I mean, I'm not gonna say anything. Yes, I would repurchase because I did, and I will again. Almost done, people. I went through a mascara, the Douce Max Lash Volumizer Mascara. I did really like this. I got this in a BoxyCharm again. It was very reminiscent to the Too Faced Better Than Sex, which this is about the exact same price as the Too Faced Better Than Sex, and this is better and cheaper. So I won't purchase this because I purchased this over and over and over again. I went through one of these. I did repurchase this, but I don't really use it anymore because one of the very first ingredients, it's the 3rd ingredient, is mineral oil, which is known to plug your pores, so I don't really use this much anymore, and if I do, I only use it on my legs. I don't use it on my shoulders, because typically raw, natural coconut oil will break me out on my shoulders, and this does say with refreshing coconut oil, so I don't really use this much anymore just because I'm like afraid that it's gonna break me out in like body acne. And last but not least, I went through the Carbon Cocoa Spearmint Activated Charcoal Toothpaste. This was sent to me and I would not purchase it myself. I don't really like this whole system. I did an entire review all about this activated charcoal teeth whitening system, so I'll link that in the cards if you missed it, but I wouldn't purchase it. I don't think it did a good enough job for all of the cons, so I'm just gonna stick with my Crest 3D white, whatever it's called. And that's everything for this Empties video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss any future videos of mine, and I will see you guys next time. Why does my throat already hurt? I've hardly been talking. So the first thing that I went through are these simple,